Today we are going to talk about what rides you should skip on your next Disneyland vacation. So let's get going. The first ride you should skip at Disneyland is going to make a lot of enemies for me here, but I'm going to say skip Peter Pan's Flight. I know a lot of people like coming over to Peter Pan's Flight, but honestly I think the ride is overrated. It has a really long line that really never goes down throughout the day when you could wait in a 10 to 20 minute line for Snow White's Enchanted Wish or Pinocchio's Daring Journey or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. All those other Fantasyland rides are good alternatives to Peter Pan's Flight. If you absolutely must do it, okay, rope drop it. I think another ride you can safely skip at Disneyland is King Arthur Carousel. It's just a regular old carousel like you'd ride anywhere else. I know every ride at Disneyland is going to have its fans, so please don't kill me for these recommendations. But I just think there are better things that you could spend with your time than riding King Arthur Carousel and Peter Pan's Flight. Another ride you can skip here at Disneyland is the Casey Jr. Circus Train. Now, it does not appear to be open here today, but it frequently has really long lines, slow loading times, and it's got cramped carriage space. There's not a whole lot of seating. And it just goes around the same area as Storybook Land Canal Boats. I just think that this is one that you could easily skip. It's not that exciting. Speaking of Storybook Land Canal Boats, instead of riding Casey Jr. Circus Train, come right on over here. It's a slow-moving boat ride that's loads of fun, takes you through tons of mini models of your favorite fantasy sets, and it's just really awesome. Just to the right inside the park is Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and it is the least crowded attraction in the entire Disneyland resort, though a few people still go to it. And this is an attraction you can safely skip. It is not exciting. The only reason why people go in there is for the air conditioning, and I have a far better suggestion for you. If you're just looking for a quick respite, the Main Street Cinema is for you. Walk in at your leisure, sit down, there's some benches, watch some cartoons, and walk out at your leisure. The air conditioning in there will be more than sufficient for you, but if you'd rather have a longer attraction, come over here to the Enchanted Tiki Room. You can grab a pineapple Dole Whip from the Tiki Juice Bar right here, take it inside the attraction, enjoy the air conditioning, the show, and Dole Whip all right here. If you look at anybody else's opinion on this topic, you'll find Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage is on the list of rides that you should skip here at Disneyland. I find that most of those articles and videos all came out before Finding Nemo underwent its significant refurbishment. The ride is completely new, and while it still has long lines and slow loading times, I feel like the video is improved, and I think they might have also fixed the airflow issues inside the submarine. So give it a shot, don't discount it. Do ride Finding Nemo Submarine at least once, then you can make up your mind after that. The next ride you should consider skipping here at Disneyland is the Disneyland Railroad. It's, got its novelty, people like it, but honestly it's not as exciting as a lot of the other rides in the park. And if you are going to ride it, I highly recommend not coming to the Tomorrowland station or the Toontown station. You don't have to get off on the Disneyland Railroad, and a lot of people don't get off at these stations, meaning that the line may take you 2 or 3, sometimes more, ride cycles just to get on the train. If you absolutely must to ride the Disneyland Railroad, make sure you're getting on at Main Street, or my favorite place to get on is the Frontierland station. Those tend to be where you're going to have the least amount of trouble actually getting on the attraction itself. Instead, you might consider coming over here to the Disneyland monorail. Now, it is tucked in between Finding Nemo and Autopia. Very, very hidden back here. Currently not open by the looks of it as I'm filming, but this is a great place to come. The monorail will take you around both Disneyland and DCA. It stops in downtown Disney. If you are staying at the Disneyland Hotel, that's nice access for that. But yeah, consider taking the monorail instead. The next ride you absolutely should not ride here at Disneyland is Astro Orbiter, which is behind me. It is basically Dumbo. The ride vehicles are uncomfortable. As a bonus, you can fit 3 people on Astro Orbiter as opposed to Dumbo, but they tilt you sideways. It's just not that great. Right now, on a busy day, it has a 60-minute wait, which is insane. That ride is totally not worth 60 minutes. If you find it when it's got 5 minutes, maybe you might consider it, but definitely do not wait more than, I'd say, like 15 minutes for Astro Orbiter. Instead of doing Astro Orbiter, just come over here and do Classic Dumbo. If you're gonna ride one of these rides, it might as well be Dumbo, right? I mean, am I right? Every kid loves this ride, and it's more comfortable to sit in. Another attraction you can safely skip is the Pirate's Lair over on Tom Sawyer Island. The raft that they use to take you over there is slow to get over there. They only have one raft, and of course you have to take the raft. It's the only way on and off the island. And so it's kind of a pain to get over there. Once you get over there, there's not a whole lot to do. There's a couple of things for kids to do, to climb around, have some fun, that sort of thing. But as an alternative, I highly recommend that you do the Redwood Challenge Trail over at Disney California Adventure instead. They have rope climbs, they've got a flying fox, they've got some slides, they've got a bouncing bridge. It's just so much more fun over there for kids than over here at the Pirates Lair. Another ride not to skip that is frequently on people's lists of rides to skip is the Davy Crockett Explorer Canoes. Now, they're not always open, as you see here behind me. It's a Monday. They're more likely to be open on Saturdays and Sundays, probably Fridays as well. But when they are open, they have one of the shortest waits in the park because a lot of people don't really want to go do manual labor, or they just don't know that it's there. And I think it's great. It's got the humor of Jungle Cruise, and you do get a tiny bit wet from the splashing. You're not supposed to, but you do, so it's kind of refreshing. And it really is, even though you're doing some work, it's a relaxing ride. I highly recommend you not skip the Davy Crockett Explorer Canoes. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like and subscribe button for more Disneyland content. And if you would like to save money on your next Disneyland vacation, book with Getaway today, and then use my coupon code to save an additional $10 off their already discounted packages. Behind me is the attraction known as the Pixar Pal-A-Round, renamed from Mickey's Fun Wheel, affectionately known as Mickey's Death Wheel because of the swinging carriages on the Ferris wheel. They do have some stationary carriages, but there's only one stationary carriage for every 2 swinging carriages. Because of the fear factor, as well as the slow loading times and the fact that the Ferris wheel goes around twice, I highly recommend skipping the Pixar Pal-A-Round, aka Mickey's Death Wheel. A possible alternative also located in Pixar Pier is Jesse's Critter Carousel. Fans of Toy Story will love the Woody's Roundup themed music, and it also spins, so you still get the same sort of going in circles fashion as the Ferris wheel, but in carousel format. The line is also significantly shorter, and it loads a lot faster with tons of seating capacity. The next ride you might consider skipping at Disneyland is the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind. The line is completely filled up at the moment, and the attraction is just one that it just goes up in the air and spins in circles, not unlike Dumbo or Astro Orbiter. The only thing is, you can't actually control the vehicle to make it go higher or lower here, so there's actually something to be said about riding Astro Orbiter over this, but we already told you to skip Astro Orbiter in favor of just classic Dumbo. The next ride you should highly consider skipping here at Disney California Adventure is the Golden Zephyr. Another swinging ride that just goes around in circles. This attraction closes frequently when there are high winds. And the thing that could be said for it is that there's generally low lines. There's not today, as you can see right there. But there are generally low lines for the Golden Zephyr. However, I just find there's so many more interesting rides and attractions here at Disney that if you are crunched for time, the Golden Zephyr is one you can safely skip. Instead, choose either one of its neighbors, like Jumpin' Jellyfish, which takes you high into the air and bounces you around, or Goofy Sky School, which is your classic Wild Mouse style attraction, but with a goofy theme, and it's quite fun. If you're crunched for time at Disneyland, another attraction to safely skip is Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. Now behind me it is closed, and that is a very frequent occurrence for Luigi's. There's another reason why you should just skip it. But when it is open, it has long lines, slow loading capacities. Its capacity, or its ability to break down, is just not a good combination. You could be waiting for 30 minutes and then it'll break and they'll kick everybody out of the line, and now you're out of luck. Just avoid that headache altogether. It's not even really that great of a ride, though it is unique in that it is a trackless system. So, I mean, if it's open and it does have a low line, but otherwise, you can skip it. Instead, come on over to its neighbor, Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, which is a whip-style attraction that's far more fun and exciting, and the music is just enjoyable and a great ride experience overall. It does sometimes get quite a long wait time, as you see here, but it's usually not this bad. Generally, it floats in the 10 to 25 minute range. In case you're wondering, I am here on Monday, March 13th, I think it is, and it is just insanely crowded here today. I think spring break has started in full. While this isn't a ride, it is my personal opinion that you should skip parades and fireworks here at Disneyland. I know some of you really, really like those things, but I prefer to skip them. Why? Because I would rather be spending time riding rides, and parades and fireworks are going to be the best time to do that because that's when everyone crowds on Main Street and they're not riding rides. If you'd like more time-saving hacks like that to make the most of your next Disneyland vacation, click this video right here. I'm going to help you have the best time possible and maximize your day, even on busy days. Hit the like and subscribe button for more tips, and we will see you again next time.